One.
What I've been wanting since they wreck.
No, I
Be my baby.
Duly noted.
Buy it, use it, break it, fix it, trash it, change it, melt, upgrade it, charge it, point it, zoom it, press it, snap it, work it, quick erase it, write it, cut it, paste it, save it, load it, check it, quick rewrite it, plug it, play it, burn it,
Welcome.
rip it, drag
Welcome
it, drop it, zip
to Duly Noted.
Episode number 9.
9.
Number 9.
9, yep. It is not the last episode, believe it or not.
No, we
No.
do have plans to
Yep.
keep doing this.
I might do a solo show.
Didn't that come out? Like
Yeah,
yesterday?
bad reviews and
Wow,
good reviews.
really?
Yeah, so it's off to a rocky start. It's a slow beginning, and it's kind of a heisty type movie.
Heisty.
Yeah. Any poop. So what you been listening to this week?
Funny you mention solo because this. John Williams compilation charted. John Williams, A Life in Music with the London Symphony Orchestra, performing basically anything he's ever had to do in movies. E.T., Schindler's
With
List, Saving Private Ryan,
Two
Harry
exceptions
Potter.
now. The most recent Star Wars films
Well,
were
they put
recorded
the
in
they,
L.A.
they put the Star Wars theme in there, the
Yeah.
original Star Wars theme.
Yep. Believe it or not, they recorded that in one take. They did 7 total takes, but the first take is the one they kept.
Well, this one is a complete bunch of re-recordings.
Sure, but
So,
in the original Star Wars film, they kept the very first take because they just couldn't get a better one. What else you got? What else you
going
got?
into more things people might be more familiar with. Your boys Parkway Drive charted with their reverence. But more importantly, some other guys charted above them. It's funny because Parkway Drive, and then we have Lake Street Dive.
What?
And they're very different. They rhyme, but and they both deal with streets, but they're very different. Here's a Good Kisser from Free Yourself Up.
This is so dope.
That was fun to listen to. And then number 1 on the rock, and it made themselves into top 5 too, is Shine Down. Attention, attention.
Attention, attention. By the way, did I mention?
That's glorious.
Moving on, more in the hip-hop scene, Ray Shremmerd from Black Beatles fame released a triple album.
A triple album?
Triple album. So they have the one Shrem, which is them as the duo, Sway Lee's Swaycation, and Slim Jimmy's Jimtro. All under the Shrem name. Their hit song from the main album when they're both singing is Perplexing Pegasus, though.
Jump in a Pegasus. All kind of reckless.
They always sound super young, no matter how. I know they started young, but they still sound super young.
Yeah, they sound like babies.
Still.
Yeah.
And I think they're over 21 now.
Aw.
Interesting one at the top of the R&B and hip-hop. Leon Bridges, his album Good Thing, very much more older style R&B as opposed to like Bruno Mars or The Weeknd. I'll give you a taste of this. This is Bet Ain't Worth the Hand.
Sometimes a bet isn't worth the hand. And I can't keep letting this wave carry me away.
So very, very different. It sounds it's almost similar to the Smooth Jazz album that charted.
I love this so much.
Really? You like smooth jazz?
Yeah, I love this.
This is Vincent Ngala's personal touch.
It's just got the pocket on that groove is deep, man. It sounds really, really good.
I don't know. I'd much prefer that.
Sometimes a bet isn't worth the hand.
It's not so heavy-handed on the
I
reverb.
can't keep letting this wave carry me away.
But also speaking of stuff that I enjoyed, the Glitch Mob, their album See Without Eyes, because I'm sick of the Chainsmokers. This is some good, I say old-fashioned EDM, but it's just like a more bigger style. Like this was, I want to say pre-dubstep, or maybe I don't know. Regardless, I enjoyed it. This is their lead single, Go Light. See, it's like that funky EDM. It's like hardcore Daft Punk style.
That was glorious.
I very much vibe with that.
Yeah, that's super good. What What else you got? Anything else you got?
I got. Let's see. What else do I have? I got one more. After listening to the smooth jazz, Joey Alexander, well-known jazz pianist out of Indonesia, came out with his album Eclipse. I think it's much more. If you don't like the smooth jazz, you'll probably like this a bit more.
Dude, that's a real burner.
Much more. That's the title track off of it. But yeah.
What's it called again?
Eclipse.
Eclipse.
By Joey Alexander.
That's really hip, dude.
Joey Alexander. I like that. I don't know. I'm just not the hugest fan of smooth jazz. Again, like I said, it's so heavy-handed with reverb.
It is. Well, I think there's, as long as you don't try to make it serve the same purpose as a more intellectual idiom like jazz, just regular jazz,
Right.
or progressive acid jazz, it just doesn't accomplish the same thing. Its only job is to just sound nice for a while, and I think that that's a job well done there. That was such a cool groove, you know?
It's very intense. I forget if Joey Alexander doubles on the drums or not. He's mainly a pianist. I don't know that. I know our smooth jazzer also doubles on guitar, which is almost quintessential in smooth jazz.
Oh, yeah. Well, and it's, again, you're not exactly doing, like, shell shapes when you're playing.
Right.
You are literally just campfire-style guitar chords. A blow. Here's a 7. Oh, it's so nice.
Put a bunch of reverb on it.
Herk.
Make it sound like you're playing in an empty cathedral.
It really does. It's just so reverby. So, sounds like it's been a busy week for listening for you.
Yeah, I've noticed over the last couple of record rundowns I've done, which you can all watch at, I'll put a link somewhere. Blue, it's in the upper right-hand corner, which is for us would be
Stage left.
up there.
Probably. You can flip the video. It's fine.
Just the link should have popped up
Just
there.
rotate us.
But yeah, I don't know if it's just the season that more albums are dropping. I know there was a big drop-off after the Christmas album fiasco that we're still hanging over from January. I'm sick of the Pentatonics, the deluxe edition of their Christmas album.
Yeah, Pentatonics generally just frustrate me because of how reliant they are on processing. They are, of course, skilled musicians.
I do know they had an album not too long ago. I believe it made it to number 6, or it was in the top 10, but it was just shy of what I look at. Another one of their pop albums.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Their videos online are interesting, though.
Oh, yeah, they got a huge YouTube following.
I'm not going to pretend that they're better than, like, Walk Off the Earth when it comes to the novelty, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It's so weird, Walk Off the Earth's transformation from being kind of a strange ska band in the mid-2000s to being the cover band extraordinaire gimmicky. Like, they're the 5 peeps, 1 guitar. 5 peeps, one giant guitar.
And they're always, there's the guy always in the corner who looks like the sea captain. Just
beard guy. Bring. Yes, indeed. So, the listening for me has been something. I've had a great deal of rage this week because one of my favorite groups, Stone Sour, which features the lead singer from Slipknot. This is a very important, these are 2 things that are very important for context here. Because the song I'm about to show you, I heard on The Banana, which is a hard rock metal station in Flint, okay? The Banana, 101.5.
The Banana?
Yep. I don't know why. I don't care. I guess they found it quite appealing. That was a fruitful joke. Potassium. Okay, so anyway, this song, it's called Saint Mary, does not sound anything like Stone Sour.
I'm getting like, if you took someone who is trying to be Green Day, made them sing country, pitched them down a little bit, made them less white and conservative.
It's bad. It's not good.
What album was that off of, or is that just a single?
Is this a single?
Because I remember
I'm not sure it's associated with the project.
Album, back in almost a year ago, I looked at Hydrograd.
Yeah, which was awesome. A couple of it was leaning toward the pop side, really commercial with the song number 3. But
which is the one I have listed that I played for that.
But that became like a campfire favorite, you know, and it's an objectively good song.
Was it track 3 on that album?
No, I think that's what made it funny. Anyway, so here is like the end here. Listen to that solo. Really virtuosic metal playing.
Country.
but not good. It's really bland. I have developed
I'm getting like some weird SpongeBob SquarePants.
because of all the
Having such a
slides.
fun time.
I'm a goofy goober.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that makes me sad. That little bit where they're on the thing and they're cooking. He says, "I'm a goofy goober for the last time," and the tears come together and make a heart. Yep. So there's that. I also spent some time with some new Blue October.
Blocktober.
Blocktober. Nope. Blue October.
New Kids on the Blocktober.
Blau October.
To be fair, we actually made that joke before filming, and I wanted to make sure that made it in the episode. To be perfectly transparent with the audience. New Kids on the Blocktober.
We said it at the same time. Let the record reflect. We said it
We
at the
did
same
say it at the same time. Our-
So this jam, this whole album is a huge risk for Justin Furstenfeld because he's fully independent in a way that is quite dangerous. He's done all the capture. He's handled all the recording. He's handled all of the
pulling like Brendan. I think it's Brendan Urie from Fall Out Boy who ended up kind of, or is it somebody else from Panic at the? It's from one of the.
yeah, I would definitely.
I think it was Panic at the Disco.
Yeah, P at the D.
Yeah, who took over everything.
Yeah, so Blue October wrote this song, Colors Collide, and so I was saying he's done everything. The production, the post, everything. Start to finish, this is his brainchild. And he comes from a sort of unusual background in that he went to an art school, focused on painting. He went and did some work as sort of a solo act. The group called Last Wish that switched over to Blue October. They were signed by Universal, dropped real quick because he was writing singer-songwriter style, and they said rock idiom. Now you have to do rock. So they did these songs that...
I mean, technically the singer-songwriter idiom came out of a rock group.
It's true, but they wanted to compete with Limp Bizkit. That's what they wanted Blue October. Like, that was a conversation.
Bizkit.
Yeah, exactly. If only he was the grand poet that wrote, I did it for the nookie.
Rollin' what?
Roland?
Roland
amplifiers. And of course, because I switched to the wrong account, my YouTube Red isn't keeping the commercial out, but I thought ahead and muted it. So listen to this super amped up. I'm going to try to skip to the middle because there's some cursing at the beginning.
That's certainly different than I'm...
Oh, yeah.
That's... Wow.
Well, it's not Hate Me, that's for darn sure.
Yeah, I was like, I would not have guessed that was Blue October.
Yeah, Blocktober, you mean?
Blocktober. Hashtag Blocktober.
Blocktober. They have another song called I'll Do Me, You Do You, which they just released. Super good jam, super fun jam. Definitely not as angsty and angry. Super catchy.
Oh, am I hearing some strings in that?
That's sort of their thing. So Justin's best friend, I can't remember. It was he founded a group called Harvard of the South, and their lead player is a violinist. That's their gimmick, and he sometimes does the mandolin thing. And he's the only one that's classically trained, so he does like write out all in manuscript his lines, and he's really great about playing them every time. Unlike, sometimes you'll bring in fiddlers that just kind of do their own thing, and it's super annoying, and I don't like that. Oh, honey, I didn't like that at all. So that really has been the listening for the week for me. And the Deadpool soundtrack is glorious.
Oh, we did. Yep, we did play that Celine Dion song last episode, Ashes.
Yes.
Yep.
I don't think it was better than the first Deadpool, but it was pretty good. The last thing I listened to, and I couldn't find the recording that I was listening to before, and there's a lot of bad stuff that I don't want to waste your time looking for it. I'll just grab you a link and throw in the description. Bernie Sanders' 1987 folk album.
Oh, God.
Yep. He wrote, he made an Americana folk album 1987 to promote himself during one of the races in Vermont, where he's now senator. So it's hilarious, though, because it's, again, like William Shatner last week, he thinks he's doing serious and good art, but he's speaking the lyrics. So he's like, this land is your land. This land is my land. From California to the New York Islands.
Yep.
It's great stuff. Anyway, so we'll throw the link in the description.
Yep.
If I remember to get it to Dave, he'll remind me.
I'll figure it out. But yeah, no ska. I'm in my ska getup.
No, ska.
Oh,
Sorry.
well.
Well, that's not necessarily true. I did hear that Mighty Mighty Boss Tones, it'll be dropping an album sometime very soon, which is
I'll have to save
refreshing.
this outfit for then.
Yeah, that's the impression
right.
that I get.
Well,
Anyway, we're going to go into a quick break.
Write it, play it, burn it, rip it, rock it, drop it, zip and send it, buy it, use it, break it, fix it, trash it, change it, melt, upgrade it, chart it, point, zoom it, press it, snap it, work it, quick erase it, write it, cut it, paste it, save it, load it, check
We're back. We're back. We did it. We're here.
absolutely.
We did it.
Now, welcome to the news segment, and there is one piece of news
It's dominating the
that
zeitgeist.
has dominated everything.
It is the culture. The question is this.
Tim, what do you hear?
The blue dress.
Okay, well, there you have it. It's it's this thing.
Laurel,
Let me go ahead and play that back again for you.
Laurel,
Let me go ahead and put it on loop for the next 15 minutes.
Laurel, Laurel, Laurel,
Okay,
Laurel.
I thought this might change things for me, and it did. These
Laurel.
headphones, they're
Laurel.
expressing part of the
Laurel.
spectrum that I couldn't hear on my my crap headphones at home.
So what are you hearing, though?
I am hearing primarily. Well, the first time you showed me, let's rewind a little bit. When this sort of broke, I think you and I were talking about this on Wednesday. It was Wednesday or Thursday.
It was Wednesday.
And he played it for me on the computer speakers, and I heard a weird Y sound. Clearly heard the word Laurel, and sort of it sounded like a breath at the end, that kind of thing. So I was like, I don't know if I'm supposed to be hearing something else, but I hear like a he Laurel, like that's sort of what I experienced. You know what I'm saying? So
Laurel.
I guess I can kind of hear that.
so that's what I first experienced. Now, the second time I heard it, I went down to this studio and sat myself down in front of a couple of few $1,000 Genelecs, and I could hear the Yanny. It was faint. It was not clear. It was this sort of a... And then I went home and used my moderate home studio monitors and showed my friend Xavier, and he heard "Kill Me." That's what he heard.
Get some help.
No, but so his is interesting. So outline your ideas about this, and I'll sort of bounce off what he had on
So
it.
if you haven't figured it out yet, this is the whole Yanny Laurel debate. This audio clip was posted online everywhere, and basically it asked you, or did you hear Yanny or Laurel? I'll play it a couple of times so you can hear it.
Laurel, 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 Laurel.
Now, depending on who you are and what you're listening to this off of, you're going to hear different things. Again, before we go into this, whatever you hear is what you hear. Nobody is going to argue that. There's a lot of people arguing whatever the word actually is, but what you hear at the end of the day is what you hear. It's subjective.
Yep, experience oriented.
But this was originally posted on Reddit by one Roland Camry, I believe is what his Reddit handle is right now. This is 18-year-old Georgia high school student Roland Zabo. It was shared on Reddit, got a bunch of following, and it got a bunch more. It was reposted by Chloe Feldman, who is another big YouTuber, and that basically again got shared everywhere: Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, all these YouTube videos analyzing all of this stuff. It was everywhere.
What can I say? It's a baller move.
But when I first heard it, I heard both simultaneously. At the same time, I quite literally listen to things for a living.
I mean, so do I,
So-
but I do it too loud.
You do it too loud. But so
Thanks,
my,
Uncle Ted.
So my ears are well attuned to all sorts of frequencies. Tim, on the other hand, and I had a hypothesis when this came about. Tim, I've been talking a lot this segment. Tim is a tuba player,
Bum bum.
and he listens to a lot of rock music.
Like a
So-
lot. Too much, probably too
So
loud.
from the tuba point, he's used to focusing on lower frequencies. And because he plays so much rock music, his ears have been beaten to death over the past couple of years.
I actually just did a recent sine wave sweep, and I start to lose experience, like the actual experience of hearing at about 16,000. That's 16,000 hertz. Not good. Bad hearing.
Right.
Average is 20 hertz to 20,000 hertz, and most folks my age still maintain some fidelity around 18,000. So I've done some damage. Let me tell you what.
So this actually led to the point where it was I could just listen to it over and over, and the Yanny sounded much higher pitched than the Laurel did. Yanny being very much in the higher frequencies, and Laurel being much in the lower frequencies. And to prove what I mean, I'm actually going to play with this a little bit. In fact, what I'm going to actually do is I'm actually going to get this running. I'm going to record my desktop so that we can see exactly what it is that I'm doing. So when we get the and there we go. So we will see live what I am doing right about
Wait for it. Wait
now.
for it.
So right here, you see this line. This is what's known as an equalizer. So if I start playing the clip,
Laurel, Laurel, Laurel,
and I turn on the equalizer,
Laurel, Laurel,
Mm-hmm.
you can
Laurel.
now
I'm with
see
ya.
Laurel,
that it is
Laurel,
going.
Laurel.
So it's active.
Right.
Yep.
So now
We've
watch
got
what I do
juice
here.
on the meters.
I am now going to do a high cut and then a low cut. That means I'm going to mute all of the higher frequencies and then all of the lower frequencies. So here's the audio right now.
Laurel, Laurel,
Now going to grab this guy.
Laurel, Laurel,
So this is the high cut.
Laurel,
Now all we're hearing is Laurel.
I don't hear a difference.
Laurel,
Now,
I'm kidding. I'm really kidding. I'm sorry.
and now I'm going to mute the low frequencies.
Laurel, Laurel,
So now the Yanny becomes a lot clearer.
Into my ears, it's just a whisper. Do you hear full tone with that?
I do. I can hear this just fine.
All I hear is,
Laurel, Laurel.
So that's a quick. So I discovered that those are Yanny and Laurel are isolated to the either high or low frequencies. So I did some more digging. As it turns out,
they are putting chemicals in the water that are turning the frogs gay. Crap. So it turns out what?
before I was rudely interrupted,
By
I found
rudely.
I found out where that audio came from, and multiple sources posted this. One being the New York Times. They had found that recording originally came from vocabulary.com for the word laurel.
All right, so like laurels on your head and the name. Yeah.
Yep. So laurel is technically what that was recording of. However, if we listen, I'm not going to play you the original recording of laurel.
Laurel, Laurel,
Well, you can hear that's a lot
Laurel.
clearer.
Laurel,
But we're still not getting that high sort of Yanny thing.
I still kind of hear the whisper.
But if we go in, and we'll get the equalizer coming up right now. There it is. We're going to turn it on. And so we can see
Laurel,
there's the waveform
Laurel.
again. Now,
Laurel.
theoretically,
Laurel,
now that it's just this,
Laurel.
what if I just
Laurel.
gave it that high boost to give
Laurel.
us the Yanny
Laurel.
back?
Laurel,
Where are you starting
Laurel.
the band?
I'm going to start it at
Laurel.
1K.
All right, so
Laurel.
at about 1,000 hertz.
Laurel, Laurel, Laurel,
Let's move it over
Laurel.
just a little bit.
Laurel,
I just hear the
Laurel.
voice of Satan.
Laurel, Laurel, Laurel,
So now that we hear
Laurel.
that, we can hear a little bit
Laurel.
of that Yanny back.
Laurel, Laurel,
This would be
Laurel.
a great
Laurel.
exercise for
Laurel.
Tom's ear training class.
Laurel, Laurel, Laurel,
Because they're doing
Laurel.
spectrum analysis
Laurel.
on
Laurel.
instruments
You
right
can
now.
see as I move it back
Laurel.
and forth,
Laurel, Laurel, Laurel,
you see that the
Laurel.
Yanny is very much
Laurel.
focused towards that higher
Laurel.
band.
Laurel,
So that means the recording that was originally posted, they took that Laurel recording, gave it a high boost, and you can hear that it's not the greatest quality. So we'll take away the EQ just so
Laurel,
it's not the greatest quality.
Mhm.
And typically for worst speakers, they lose a lot of that low end.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, because the roll off begins. So because they literally can't express frequencies below a certain band because they literally need a larger piece of equipment to express those sound waves.
Right. So doing all of that, it's going to focus on the higher
Mm-hmm.
frequencies.
And I
So
bet it was recorded on a bad microphone.
Yep, I believe it was posted from a phone. It sounds like so
Ooh,
you can hear a
ouch.
lot. You can hear a lot of that background.
You can
noise,
definitely
like,
hear the
just in
room.
the beginning. Yeah, that's just me re-triggering it, so we only hear the beginning.
Laurel,
But so it's
Laurel.
very up there. But so it is the word laurel. It is technically the word laurel. That's where the recording is coming from. You can find that on vocabulary.com/Laurel. I will obviously link the original Reddit post in the description.
Naturally.
But yeah, that's so it is technically Laurel, but what you're hearing is what you're hearing. And if you're attuned to higher frequencies or you just have better hearing, so either you have better hearing, you're younger, or you're more used to higher frequencies, you're going to hear that Yanny more clearly.
Now, here's what's interesting about Xavier's experience. He disclosed to me just after that he has asymmetrical hearing. So he has tinnitus in one ear, and his girlfriend had ear infection issues also. So they experienced it completely different, although I'm not certain what word she heard specifically, but I do know that when he said he heard the words "kill me," he probably was hearing a combination of the two, causing, like, when I hear, and also he has damaged hearing like me. We play rock music next to loudspeakers with bad sound people. They amp up to 120 decibels. It hurts so much. Bring hearing protection everywhere.
Everywhere.
Everywhere. Even if you just have like headphones, wear those.
Especially if your livelihood is based off of you listening to things.
Unless you're Beethoven, and then you can figure it out, I guess.
Well,
I mean, did you hear the one about Beethoven?
I swear to God.
Neither did he. No, and I think it's really interesting. So the subjective experience is sort of like the quintessential thing. But this raised some questions for me. How did those sounds, those upper level frequencies, make their way into that recording? Is it a transcoding issue? Like, are they residual overtones that we just sort of... Did you ever take a psychology class in high school that focused on subliminal messaging, and you played like recordings backwards or listened for messaging and things like that?
I do not remember that in my psychology class in high school.
Well, we were talking about subliminal messaging in this class, and you kind of can focus enough on one thing to hear what you want to hear. So when they played back like the Beatles or whatever, and it said "worship Satan," I didn't understand those words until they told me. They suggested to me that that's what they said, and then I then understood it that way. I'm wondering if there's some element of that here. And also, you showed me a recording earlier today that's very similar to that.
Yes, let me go ahead. This was another one that popped up actually. And let's see if I can't get that pulled up. This was from the same Reddit user.
And let the record reflect that all these professionals and universities and publications...
They're making it much more complicated than it needs to be.
Sometimes they're just flat wrong. That they think that, well, there was a recording of Yanny overlaid and made put it into the recording, mixed it so that people with good hearing...
Yeah, but here's the other one that came up. This one is shared by in the same subreddit. This was this was made by Squid Jeep. That we can link this in the description as well. The title is "You Can Hear Brainstorm or Green Needle based on whichever one you think about."
Again, I think this is a direct result of artifacts in the sound.
So here it is for the first time. Go ahead and think about the word brainstorm.
The audio is off.
On the video
it says an X.
Well,
I got
let me
him.
go ahead and play that again. Think of brainstorm.
I was like, I couldn't be the only one not hearing this.
Brainstorm. Okay, now I'm going to play it again. Think of green needle. Green needle. It shows how powerful the brain is.
That's just
I believe
brilliant.
it's the occipital lobe is responsible for hearing.
I also there was a GIF a long time ago, and it's pronounced GIF. Fight me. That featured a train moving, and it was ultra low frame rate, ultra low quality, and you could convince yourself that it was going either toward you or away from you. It was really interesting stuff. Again, just the subjective experience and convincing yourself that certain things are happening even when they very well might not be.
But yeah, so that was kind of the entire news segment, just because it's been so prominent everywhere. And we are audio professionals, so obviously we're going to talk about this.
Well, I just remember how intense the debates were with my roommate at the time, Eric Sala. He's an artist, and he works on 3D modeling and computer generated characters. So he spent a lot of time on color theory, and there was this really intense debates. Anyway, I'm getting the sign from the booth that I'm about to run over, so let's go into a break.
And we're back.
I did it.
We're back.
I started the clock.
We're back for releases.
It's Tim time. You just give me an E and I become time.
Apparently that made me sick.
Apparently.
Regardless,
That
so
joke made me sick.
I don't feel so good. So
Oh.
tours.
Adventures.
The first duo we have, they are going to be starting on May 21st. Do you recognize this fellow or this group of
No.
fellows?
Definitely Yanni.
Yep, Yanni. No, that was Def Leppard's We Belong.
Wow. I
They'll-
really got to hand it to their drummer.
I hate that joke.
Oh.
Next up, we have this group, and they're going to be joining Def Leppard. Let's see if you recognize them.
Sounds excessively happy.
Would it be better if I played Don't Stop Believin'?
I was going to say, that definitely sounds like that kid that they used to replace Mr. Perry.
That
Definitely Journey.
that
Final
was
answer.
Journey. That was Journey's Human Feel from their last
Yes.
album, Eclipse. They are joining forces for the Def Leppard and Journey 2018 tour.
Journey tour.
They'll be starting, like I said, on May 21st at the XL Center in Hartford, Connecticut.
Very cool.
They'll be ending in early October. They are currently scheduled to do 60 shows.
Nice. That's pretty full. At least at kickoff, that's a significant number.
Yep. So
'Cause they usually
they'll-
schedule a bunch more
I
shows.
imagine,
like halfway to the end.
given these two groups, I imagine more shows are going to be added.
Yeah.
In fact, my information is probably already out of date.
Yeah. That's sort of the nature of the biz.
But Tish, we have a small. I'm trying to get better with that. We have a smaller guy going. Let's see if you recognize this fellow right here.
I've no expectations, but please just stay with me. With all that we're given.
It sounds super familiar. It reminds me of that song, "Driver" by. Oh, I can't remember his name either.
That was Bahamas.
I would never have guessed that.
He's finishing up his Earth Tones World Tour for his album Earth Tones. He started at the beginning of 2018, January 17th, at the Le Lion d'Or in Montreal, Canada. He is going to be. He's going to be.
I guess that song had three sharps properly.
He's going to be finishing up tomorrow, May 20th, at the Gulf Shores Beach Retreat in Gulf Shores, Alabama. 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 He has done a total of 54 shows.
Very nice.
And that's tours, only one starting and one ending. But now that we're done with tours, we know what it's time for, don't we?
It's time for the record game.
It's time for the Super Album Rundown.
Rundown.
For those of you who don't know how this works, I'm going to play a snippet of one of the albums. It's going to be, I'm going to name the artist, then the album, and then the song that I am playing.
And then, using my very limited vocabulary, I say stuff about it.
Yep. So this will be for the week of May 19th through May 25th. Let's get into it. Starting us off, Ari Roar, Calm Down, Calm Down.
That British invasion sound is really coming back.
Like, for real, though, dear
like,
God.
that was, lightly chorused vocals or double-tracked vocals, super, clean sounding, underproduced drums. Like, that's really interesting. I love it.
Moving
love it.
on. Bernice, the Puff LP, In the Air Without a Shape, the song Glue.
Very nice.
Mm-hmm. Wait.
I
almost missed that. Bleeding Through, Love Will Kill All, Fade into the Ash. They must have just seen Avengers.
Yeah, that's dope. I dig it. I'm
Ch-
definitely going to buy that one.
Chad Valley, Imaginary Music, Impartial.
Loving that 80s vibe. That belongs on the soundtrack to Top Gun.
Churches, Love is Dead, Get Out.
Can we get out, get out of here? Good intentions.
All right, I guess I have to get out of here.
All right. Dear Nora, Skull's Example, Sunset on Humanity.
And I believe I'm aware. Sunset.
Nice. Again, it's kind of got that
Yep,
That
same vocal
underproduced-
layering technique.
just vibe, you know? I dig it.
Graveyard, Peace, Please Don't.
The second time I came to the city, things got really weird.
Nice.
This next
I
album,
really
I'm just
dig
gonna
it.
test my French. Halo Mod, Je suis uno ile, tu sais comme je suis.
You used way too many pronunciations.
I got the je suis right.
to pretend you just had surgery and you cannot speak with your face. That's not French.
Apology to anyone who is watching this that's French.
I apologize, Claymo, if you are watching.
Hatchie, Sugar and Spice, Sugar and Spice. Everything is from the 80s.
That four on the floor, that huge tail and the snare drum.
For real.
Love
though.
it.
Hoobastank, Push Pull,
Excuse me.
More Beautiful.
I what? Sure is a busy rhythm part, but it's a good song. I like it.
Jenny Hval, The Long Sleep EP, Spells.
I
80s.
too heart the 80s.
Joe Past, Their Prime, MDM.
Okay.
Jonathan Davis from Korn, Black Labyrinth, What It Is.
His stuff. Love it. This jam. This jam has been on the A-list for a long time, and I just really enjoy it. It's good. It's brings out sort of the feel that Korn really couldn't get to, you know.
Mm-hmm. Kelly Peach Pop, Gentle Leader, Hello Kitty Knife. Very happy.
Very happy.
Very happy. Lamont Dozier, one of the legendary writers from Holland Dozier Holland back in the Motown days in the 60s. Lamont Dozier, Reimagination, Reach Out, I'll Be There.
Okay.
Good to see he's still writing after he left Motown back in 67.
But you could still see the influences there. That organ-piano combination
Oh,
is
yeah.
just so classic.
Prefuse 73, Sacrifices, and
I believe in you.
Bazin Skitarian.
Okay.
And here we are in the home stretch. Pusha T, King Push, Drug Dealers Anonymous.
And
apparently it features Jay-Z.
14-year drug dealer and still counting. Who deserves the medal?
It's still counting. Wow. That's a disclosure.
Still counting.
Wow.
Shawn Mendes, In My Blood.
Was it caving in? Sometimes I feel like giving up. No medicine is strong enough.
Wow. Okay.
Shy Layers, Midnight Marker, Gateway. Getting like that synth sounds like it's from Reading Rainbow.
Yeah. And I'm loving that. Whatever that synth was. Whoop, boop, boop, boop. Whoop, boop, boop, boop.
Snow Patrol,
Oh, I love them.
Wildness.
The Grey's Anatomy band.
Don't give in.
So it ain't the same. It won't be lost forever. It won't be lost forever. Don't give in.
We'll do it all. Everything.
Tracy Ann and
Oh, come
Danny,
on.
which is
I'm just
actually
chasing cars here.
Camera Obscura's Tracy Ann Campbell and Crybaby's
Okay.
Danny Coughlin. Tracy with their album Tracy Ann and Danny. Home and Dry.
Come one day, you'll see.
It's a sad Copacabana.
Is there like a flugelhorn in the back?
It's like you went to Copacabana, but you're not thrilled about it.
Man, it's
I've killed our videographer apparently.
it's like you went there,
And you were
lost an
just not-
organ.
you were just not having a good time.
Even if the weather's nice, you still don't have one of your kidneys now. Bummer.
The service is terrible. I want to go home.
The service is terrible. I lost my kidney. Okay.
Wand Perfume EP Pure Romance.
Oh. People who write the lyric "in your eyes" need to be very careful about their enunciation when they say "in your eyes," because
Right.
that did not sound like "in your eyes." In your eyes. Yes.
Wooden Ships, that is SHJIPS.
Wow.
Their album V, or 5, I guess. I'm not sure if they're going for Roman numerals. Staring at the Sun.
I dig it.
And lastly, Zaytoven, well-known hip-hop producer, with his album Trap Holiday, left da bank.
He needs to stop moving letters, Z's to things.
I just left the bank. I just left the motherfucking bank.
Oh, yeah.
Nigga, I just left
Oh,
the motherfucking bank.
yeah. Hey.
You okay there?
Yeah, I'm just,
Alright.
I'm digging Zaytoven, the probably not composer.
Regardless, that is the super album
Hold on, I want
rundown.
to complain about how he probably can't hear though, because
You're going hard in on
I am.
Zaytoven.
I just, I think that the big shoes to fill.
Mm-hmm.
Just not
But
his Zay.
those are all the albums. That was from May 19th to May 25th. If you heard anything you liked, go pick it up when it comes out.
I thought you were going a different direction with that one. So that's it for the rundown, huh?
Is it for the rundown?
All right, well, we're going to go into a quick break here. And then we've got a little vinyl verdict for you.
Save it, load it, check it, quick rewrite it, plug it, play it, burn it, rip it, drag it, drop it, zip unzip it, buy it, use it, break it, fix it, trash it, change it, melt, upgrade it.
What up? We're back.
We're back. Hey, we
back.
did it. We
did it.
did it.
And it's time for the vinyl verdict.
It's the vinyl verdict.
All right,
Bam.
vinyl verdict.
Hardy.
Because we're going in hard on this Yanny Laurel thing. Who would win in a fight, Yanny or Laurel?
Boy, I'm Team Laurel. Team Laurel all the way. Hashtag Team Laurel.
Which makes me Team Yanny.
Unless you want to be on the winning side.
Oh, are we gonna do that?
Oh, yeah.
All right. Well, let's see what I got for Yanny.
Civil War.
Yanny is the name of a Greek composer and musician, Yannis Hrysomalis, and he's Greek, which means Sparta.
Oh, yeah.
So there's
I
that.
also can go the Sparta route because laurels are often used on gods to symbolize stuff.
well,
Especially if they're golden laurels.
Yanny
Mhm.
Yanny Gord is a Canadian ice hockey player.
Oh, yeah?
And that's a Canadian ice hockey player who knows how to fight because ice hockey and Canadians love their hockey.
They do love their hockey. It's true. But they're just more plants. Have you seen The Happening? Spoiler alert. If you are really into the
Oh
movie
God,
The
that's a
Happening.
plot point in that movie. That's
It
right.
is. The plants. It's the plants. The laurels could totally win.
Well, Zhao Yanni is a Chinese long-distance steeplechase runner,
Okay.
so I can outrun the plants.
What's it with athletes named Yanni?
I
So
don't
they've got
know.
hockey now?
I got hockey, steeplechase, and music.
Und Music. Yeah, I've got plants.
You already did plants.
Yeah, but that's it. And I can't leave it alone. It all stems from the same problem.
All right.
Let us take a minute to appreciate these plant puns.
Do you have anything else other than plants?
That's what laurels are, though. Yanny Buddy can come up with a name.
All right,
I
fine.
just said
Then I'm
Yanny
just gonna-
Buddy.
Then I'm just gonna pull out the big one. Typhoon Yanny in 1998 killed 50 people in South Korea, and typhoons would kill all of the plants.
I don't think so. I don't think so, Tim. Dang it, I got the Al Borland quote wrong. Darn it, and it's supposed to be for me.
It was also the name of an Argentinian film actress in 1938, when she was born in 1938.
All right, I'm calling on you, the audience, to back me up here. Team Laurel, all the way. Please leave a comment.
Yanny
indicating
actually
such.
killed people.
Yeah, plants kill people all the time.
Not in one swoop, though, and usually over time.
Well, maybe we
And
could.
people
Maybe
kill
they can
plant-
branch out.
People kill plants a lot better than plants kill people.
Oh, come on. Okay, come on. I don't know if that's necessarily true. I mean, I think they are the root of the problem.
I have a typhoon.
I have plants.
Typhoon.
I have a Hulk. I don't have a
You
Hulk.
don't have a Hulk.
I don't. But I do have a lot of green.
Yanny is also a bunch of Chinese athletes and a Chinese-born French writer.
Oh. Well, I guess Yanny Buddy can be named Yanny.
Apparently.
I just said Yanny Buddy again.
Well, Yanny or Laurel is a viral auditory illusion from May 2018, and it starts with Yanny.
It does it, really?
Yanny or Laurel, so Yanny's first.
Well, maybe it's because they are Team Yanny, and it's biased, and this is a mistrial. This is a kangaroo court, sir!
I have a typhoon. I think I will.
Outrage! This is an outrage.
I have a natural
This is an
disaster.
outrage.
I have a force of nature. A
Objection!
reckless, violent force of nature.
Yeah, I have a plants, which are a
You have
reckless,
a plants?
Yeah, which are a reckless, violent force of nature also.
I don't know if they're reckless. They're just
you-
kind of there.
I mean, I can keep using
you
the
can
same plant puns.
You can
I
avoid
can't
a plant.
leave it alone.
I'm
it all
going to
stems
flip
from
this
that.
table.
Maybe you're
I
just
am going
branching
to
out from the
flip this
root of your
table
problems.
into our camera, possibly harming
That's
our
my
cameraman.
camera. Don't do that. Don't harm our camera guy.
I have a typhoon.
Say sorry to Peter.
It's a typhoon.
Typhoon is the best character in Parks and
Typhoon Yanny.
Recreation.
It killed 50 people, and it spawned 16 tropical storms. Oh wait, that was the season, not the typhoon itself.
It spawned.
It's specifically.
I just imagined like a storm mother giving
Look
birth
at this
to
picture.
more storms.
Look at this. I'm going to send this picture to our editor so you can look at
No,
this
you
picture.
won't.
I
Nope.
might. I
Nope.
might forget.
You see, you have to bring in all this extra evidence, but Laurel is
It
the
had
true
a
winner.
965 HPA, which is pascals.
you know what?
965 H pascals. Or M bars.
M bars. No.
It was 75 miles per hour for 10 minutes.
Oh, only 10 minutes?
Yeah. it's
Doesn't
only
last
10
very
minutes.
long, does it?
It lasted for 4 days.
Oh, for 10 minutes.
It lasted 4
Which
days.
was it? 10 minutes or 4 days?
I have a typhoon.
I think it's putting chemicals in the water that are turning
You
the
made
freaking
this-
frogs
You
gay.
made this joke already. You
crap.
already
I make
did
it all
this
the time.
joke. You already did that.
I already did it.
I have a typhoon. That was overly intense.
That's what he did in his video.
So final verdict.
The final verdict is Laurel's the winner.
Is Yanny.
The final
'Cause
verdict
it's
will
a
be
tie-
decided by the audience, sir. This is a democracy.
Leave a comment on who would win,
Do it.
Yanny or Laurel.
Otherwise, I am the Senate.
Reminder that Yanny was a typhoon that actually killed people.
Do it. Okay, so it is time for the plug. This
Indie plug.
time, I've got it. I cannot take credit for it this time. Dear friend Katie Puga, she
Our new director.
she provided us with this this connection. The group is called Day Sleeper, which I learned recently is a name for a kind of furniture, and also people who frequently take naps. Cool stuff, right? Anyway, this
She
song
was
is
a
called...
day sleeper.
Oh no. You've done it. More cringe than me. My God. Anyway, this song is called 3 a.m. It's 3 a.m. I must be lonely. I'm kidding. Bow, 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 bow. So these guys, this team is they're local, Lansing ensemble, and they recorded this in Holt, and it was mastered in New York. Gonna grab those names just so that for the sake of accuracy. Yes, it was recorded at Crossfade Studio in Holt, Michigan, and mastered by Chris Graham in New York. So, Day Sleeper was formed in Lansing in 2016 by longtime, this is a quote from them, longtime BFFs drummer Alex and guitarist Dino. Really interesting stuff. They hired a bassist through a Craigslist ad, which, that's actually a pretty common thing. My man in the Meridians, Josh Miller, joined his group through a Craigslist ad.
The things you can find on Craigslist. I like this though. It's kind of chill.
Yeah, it's like it's kind of a deli, sort of the beginning of a James Bond movie kind of thing. You know what I'm talking about? It's that blues influence, jazz influence.
Right, it's very heavy on that.
Sort of like a dark standard waltz. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Got like a My Funny Valentine spin on it.
I'm loving the vocalist.
Oh yeah, really great.
Ooh, that guitar. Bit of a cleaner sound.
Really just intentional articulations. Good stuff. And it's
Absolutely.
well mastered. This
Absolutely. No, this is
this Chris Graham fellow obviously knows what he's doing. So they introduced Dylan, who brought the piano to the team, as well as the voice. This is the singer as well. So anyway, they're currently They're currently located in Roseville, and are working on their
Michigan?
in Roseville, Michigan, and they're working on their debut album.
Oh, that debut album.
I was gonna make that joke, darn it!
I beat you to
The
it.
debut.
Debut.
Yep. So Day Sleeper.
Where can we
Now,
find them?
You can find them on Facebook. They've got a whole bunch of social media stuff. We'll post into the description, which
They
is
have
south of the video.
They have a website, don't they?
Actually, daysleeperofficial.com is them.
Okay.
Don't just Google them. You'll get an Icelandic band, and that's a pop group. It does not sound like this. I'll
Day
tell you what.
Sleeper, one word?
Yeah,
Two words?
Day
One
Sleeper,
word?
one word.
Day Sleeper, one word.
Oh, sorry, I lied. Day Sleeper, 2 words, but
Day
if you
Sleeper, 2
search if you search for it with 1 word, it'll bring it up on Facebook.
Okay, cool. Day Sleeper, 2 words.
Yep, and check out Crossfade Studio. Obviously, they did good work. It's a local organization. They sound awesome. They sound really great.
But yeah, that's the indie. Good for a rainy day.
Oh yeah, this is great.
All right.
All right, so credits time. Spinning the Dials radio style. We've got Katie Puga. Behind the camera, my man, Peter Putman. We are Duly Noted.
And until next time.
Buy it, use it, break it, fix it, trash it, change it, melt, upgrade it, charge it, point it, zoom it, press it, snap it, work it, quick erase it, write it, cut it, paste it, save it, load it, check it, quick rewrite it, plug it,